Okay, good morning again, everyone, for our fifth session of Karen's Isolation Live Yoga. I think most of you have been doing the class regularly week on week, so we're just going to get straight into it this morning and maybe do a little bit more than we usually do. So we'll maybe be going through things a bit more often, so feel free to. Sorry, I'm just going to shut a door because I can hear someone else talking. Sorry about that. Yes, so we will be working a little bit harder this morning, hopefully. But remember, if at any time you feel you need to just have a break, then you just stop, do some breathing work until you feel you're ready to start off again. Okay, so we're going to start with our little warm up using the awareness technique, working with the hands, the legs, the feet, all the way up through the body, making sure you're really aware of where you're standing on the mat, where you are in line with yourself, etc. So first of all, looking down, look at your feet, make sure your feet are in line first of all, and then think about pushing down into the heels first of all, so really being aware of your heels in contact with the mat. Moving to the balls of the feet, so lift your toes off the mat at this point so you can really feel the whole of the ball of the foot pressing onto the mat as well as the heel. So don't forget about the heel when you move to the ball of the foot. We're wanting to work through the whole foot, so when we've got the toes all down, you're aware of the whole foot on the mat. And then we're going to place the toes. Remember, again, you can look down, place the big toe first, and then see if you can put the second toe down next, all the way through, and try and keep the toes slightly spread out. So again, spreading the toes. You don't want to hold on to the mat, so don't cling on to the toe with the toes. You just want to feel the pads of each toe on the mat. From there, I just want you to gently close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in while remaining aware of the feet on the mat. And nice and slowly exhaling. And again, keeping the eyes closed, draw the air in through the nose, down into the abdomen. Nice deep breath while being aware of the soles of the feet, and nice and slowly exhaling. Gently opening the arms, the eyes again. And we're just going to think now about lifting up through the legs. So remember, we try and keep the knees soft, so don't force the knees back into a locked position. Lift up through the knees, be aware of your glutes, your abdominal muscles, your obliques, your core muscles that are going to stabilize the body and help maintain the health of your spine. Lifting all the way up through the chest, up to the shoulders. So we're going to bring our hands onto our shoulders, and we're just going to do that little exercise just to make sure the shoulders are nice and loose and just get them moving this morning. So as you inhale, think about drawing the shoulders forward and up. And remember, you're drawing that circle with the elbows. As you exhale, push the shoulders back and down. So it's nice and slow. Inhale, coming forward and up. Exhale, back and down. As you take the shoulder blades back, think about trying, as if you're trying to touch the shoulder blades together. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back and down. Let's work with the breath. Once more in that direction. On the inhale again, you're coming forward. Exhale, pushing back. Then we're going to reverse the direction. So this time as you inhale, push the shoulder blades as if you're trying to push them together. And then lift up, roll forward as you exhale, back down. Again, inhale back and up. Exhale, forward and down. And again, just work with the breath. More pushing back on the inhale, lifting up and exhale. Just release the arms back to your side. Okay, so we're going to move on to awareness of the arms and the hands. So inhale, bring the arms halfway up. As you exhale, really stretch out the arms and stretch out the hands. So stretch the palms, stretch the fingers. Inhale, take the arms above the head. We're going to touch the fingers together. Exhale, bring the arms back down. Inhale, stretching. Exhale, releasing. So remember, we're working with the breath. So it's moving with the breath. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bring the arms above the head, fingers together. Exhale, coming halfway back down. Inhale, stretching. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, all the way up, fingertips together. Exhale, release. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, arms to side. Work with the breath. Inhale. Exhale and stretch. Inhale. Exhale, halfway back down. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale above the head. Exhale, release. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, back down. And once more. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, stretching. Inhale, above the head. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, stretch. And exhale. Okay, so we're just going to warm up a little bit with some forward bends and coming up into that halfway position that I don't think we've done for the last couple of weeks. We're going to do that again today. Inhale, take the arms above the head. So as you exhale, you want to bend the knees, bring the chest all the way down onto the thighs, relax the head and neck, and the hands come to the floor. As you inhale, lift all the way up. Bring the arms above the head. Think of the beach ball. So you're holding on to that beach ball. So it's nice and light. So you're not having to push up. Keep the shoulders back and down. Arms nice and wide. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. If you can, look up and lengthen the spine. So remember, as you lengthen the spine, don't just drop your head back. Really arch back so that you're lengthening the neck and the whole spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale again, coming all the way up, arms above the head, widen the hands. Exhale, folding forward. This time as we inhale, we're just going to come halfway up. So remember, you're straightening the legs, bring our hands up the legs until you're at that halfway point. So you've got a nice straight line with the upper body. So if you're being pulled by the crown of your head towards me and by the tail of your head away, at the tail, your tailbone away from me. So really stretch out the body, the upper body. Try and keep the shoulders up. So don't try and not round the back. You want a nice flat back. On an exhale, we're going to fold forward again. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folding forward. This time in the inhale, we're going to come all the way up to the beach ball. Inhale, if you can, really arch back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, up to the beach ball. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, up to the beach ball. Exhale, folding forward. This time in the inhale, we're coming halfway. So inhale, halfway, really lengthen through the spine. Exhale, releasing back down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. And once more, inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. This time we're coming up, beach ball. Inhale, all the way up. Widen the arms. Exhale, folding all the way back down. Inhaling up to the beach ball. Exhale, folding back down. Once more to the beach ball. Inhale. Exhale, folding down. Inhaling halfway, stretching out the upper body. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. And once more, inhale, halfway. And exhale, release. So we're just going to relax in the forward bend for a few breaths. Release any tension through the lower back. Breathing nice and deeply. And nice and slowly inhale. Coming right up to standing. Okay, so we're going to move on to our sun salutes. Microphone first, take the straw off because it's getting warm already. Okay, so remember for our sun salutes, we're coming to the front of the mat. And we'll take it nice and easy the first round using the modified positions. Okay, so from the front of the mat, Tadasana, your mountain pose. Remember, lift up through the legs. Keep the knees nice and soft. Should be gazing directly ahead. Arms by your side. On the inhale, take the arms out and up. As you exhale, nice deep bend in the knees, chest to the thighs, relax the head and neck, hands beside the feet. So we're going to step the right foot back the first time. Lower the knee, flatten out the foot. So you're in a nice gentle lunge position. Take the left leg back so that you're onto all fours. And then nice and slowly draw the body forward and then lower to the floor. Forearms down. On an inhale, lift the upper body into Sphinx pose. Remember for Sphinx, scoop the chest forward, push the shoulders back and down. Nice long neck, lower body's completely relaxed. From there, take the hips to the heels, the forehead to the mat. Extended child's pose. Inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Step the right foot forward, so you're back in your lunge. Follow with the left. Back in your forward bend, deep bend in the knees. Push up through the legs. The arms come above the head. And release. Okay, so nice and gentle. So we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to lead with the left leg this time. So from Tadasana, inhale. Take the arms up. Exhale. Nice gentle forward bend. Hands are beside the feet. This time the left foot back into the lunge. Right leg back, you're onto all fours. Draw the body forward, lower to the floor, forearms down. Inhale, lifting into Sphinx. From there, hips to heels, forehead to the mat. Coming back up onto all fours, step the left foot forward, so you're back in your lunge. Follow with the right, back in your forward bend. Deep bend in the knees, push up through the legs. Bring the arms above the head. And exhale, release. It's a nice gentle round first of all. So we're going to move on to the full positions for those of you who can. Remember, if the modified positions suit you better, you stay with them. So again, starting position is Tadasana. Really think about lifting up through the legs, keeping the knees soft, awareness through the feet, shoulders are back and down, a nice long spine. Inhale, take the arms out and up. This time, if you can, I want you to lengthen the spine. So remember, you're arching back, lengthening the neck, looking up. I'm going to fold forward from the hips, straight back, straight legs. The swan diving into the forward bend. Relax the upper body towards the mat. Hands beside the feet. Step the right foot back into the lunge. This time, push through with the hips if you can. So you're starting to stretch out the hips. From there, tuck the toes under. We're going to take a plank position. So remember, that's that nice long line with the body. And then take the knees, chin and chest towards the mat. Draw the body forward. If you can, coming into Cobra. If you prefer, keep the forearms in the mat in Sphinx. From there, tuck the toes, lift your hips, move into down facing dog. Remember, you're creating that inverted V shape with the body. And step the right foot forward. You're back into your lunge. This time, lift the arms, look up. Bring the palms together, lower the hands in front of the chest. Draw the body forward from the hips. Take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Release the hands. Step the left foot forward. So you're back in your forward bend. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing. If you can, really lengthen that spine and look up. Exhale, release. So we're going to lead with the left leg this time. Inhale, look up. Exhale into the forward bend. Step that left foot back into the lunge. Push through with the hips. Tuck the toes. Take a plank. From there, knees, chin and chest towards the mat. Draw the body forward, coming either into Cobra or Sphinx. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down facing dog. Bring the left foot forward. You're back in your lunge. Lift the arms and look up. Palms together, lowering. Draw the body forward. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Release the hands. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, looking up. And exhale, release. Okay, moving into the next round. Inhale, looking up. Exhale into the forward bend. Right foot back into the lunge. Push the ropes. Down facing dog. Right foot forward, back into the lunge. The arms look up. Hands together, lowering. Draw the body forward. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Release the hands. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, looking up. And exhale, release. Leading with the left leg. Inhale, looking up. Exhale into the forward bend. And the left foot back into the lunge. Push through with the hips. Tuck the toes. Take a plank. Knees, chin and chest towards the mat. Draw the body forward. Cobra or Sphinx. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Down facing dog. Step the left foot forward. Back in the lunge. The arms up. Palms together, lowering. Draw the body forward. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Release the hands. Right foot forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, looking up. Exhale, release. Moving into another round if you can. Remember, if you need to stop, you can just stop and stand in Tadasana and work with the breath. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, take you into the forward bend. Right foot back, push through with the hips. Tuck the toes into the plank. Knees, chin and chest towards the mat. Draw the body forward, working with either Cobra or Sphinx. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down facing dog. Right foot forward. Into the lunge, lift the arms, look up. Hands together, lowering. Draw the body forward, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Release the hands, step the left foot forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, looking up. Exhale, release. Leading with the left. Inhale, look up. Exhale into the forward bend. Step the left foot back into the lunge. The toes, take a plank. Knees, chin and chest towards the mat. Draw the body forward. Cobra or Sphinx. Tuck the toes, the hips, down facing dog. Step the left foot forward, back into the lunge. Lift the arms, look up. Palms together, lowering. Elbow to knee. Release the hands. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, looking up. And exhale, release. Great. Okay, so you should be nicely warmed up now. Okay, just get a drink if you need to. Take off any extra layers if you've still got an extra top on. And we will move on to our work with balance. So we'll be working with tree. Lots of different options, remember. So we'll warm up together. And then for the last round, you will pick, well, as we move through, you'll pick which option suits you. So some people will be working with the same thing the whole way through. Others will be progressing with each round we do, moving on to something slightly more challenging. Okay, so palms together, press nice and firmly. Remember, create that stability. Weight coming down into the standing foot. Onto the toes of the other foot, bring the heel against the standing leg. So remember, core muscles, abs, glutes, really tighten all the way around this core area. Pick your focal point. So remember at this stage, if you just want to lift and lower the toes, or if you want to keep the hands down and have a chair or a wall, that's absolutely fine. From there, if you're going to the next stage, you're sliding your foot up onto the calf and you're trying to turn that knee out so that it's coming out to the side, okay? So try not to have it coming towards me. Turn it out to the side as much as you can. So really trying to open up that hip, holding and breathing. Nice and slowly slide the foot back to the mat. We're going to move to the opposite side, so weight coming down into the other foot, onto the toes. Bring the heel against the standing leg when you're ready. Lift the foot onto the calf if you can, otherwise just keep the foot on the mat. Toes on the mat and just lift and lower. Holding and breathing. Slide the foot back to the mat. We're going to go straight to the first side again, coming up onto the toes. Either staying in that position, or for those of you who can, slide the foot up onto the calf. Again, you can remain in this position, or you can take the hands above the head this time. Again, we're going to hold and breathe. And slide the foot back to the mat. Bring the hands back down meantime. Moving to the opposite side. Sunset heels, toe against the standing leg. If you're lifting your foot up onto the calf, then lift it out. Up now. Turn the knee out. Bring the arms above the head. Hold and breathe. The arms back, hands back down in front of the chest, slide the foot back to the mat. You just bring the arms above the head, we're just going to come into a forward bend, just release any tension before we move on to the next round. Fold forward from the hips, and release the upper body towards the floor. And nice and slowly push back up through your legs, come back up to stand. Okay, so we're going to move on to another round. Again, hello Mac, you can take it slightly deeper. Best place for your nose beside my foot when I'm balancing. Okay, so again, coming onto the standing foot, you can come up onto the toes of the other foot, the hands in front of the chest. So from there, you can just slide the foot up onto the calf, or for those of you who are practicing getting the foot higher, bring it all the way up onto the thigh. You might have to hold it, that's fine if you have to still hold, but you'll find that eventually you can maybe let go. You can have the hands in front of the chest, you can take the hands above the head. So moving into which position suits you for this next round. Bring the hands back down in front of the chest, above your head, and take the foot back to the floor if you've lifted the foot all the way up. Okay, so moving to the opposite side, again, foot coming down into the standing leg. You can come up onto the toes, slide the foot to the calf. You can lift the foot all the way up onto the thigh. You might find that you're just holding. I'm just going to hold this time because I've done something to this hip in the garden over the weekend. So I'm not going to force it to do too much. So I'm just going to hold in this position. You can let go if you can. You can take the hands above the head. And slide the foot back to the floor. We're going to do one more round. So you're just going to pick which position you want to have the feet in, which position you want the hands in. You might want to do something quite simple and not go too deeply into the posture. That's absolutely fine this morning. Or you might want to try and go as deep as you can. For those of you having trouble keeping the foot, you can get your foot up onto your thigh, but you can't keep it there. Some of you might be able to lift the foot and just fold over into that lotus position. That's another option. I find that quite hard in the hip, but it's another option for those of you who might want to try something a little bit more advanced. So just for the next round, just pick your position. I'm going to keep it nice and simple this morning just because I have done something with this hip. So I'm just going to slide my foot up onto the calf. I'm just going to have my hands in front in prayer so that I'm not forcing anything too much this morning. So just pick your position when you're ready, holding and breathing. And slide the foot back to the mat. When you're ready, move to the opposite side. So just coming into the same position on the opposite side, whichever one you've chosen. And again, holding and breathing. And just release the foot back to the floor. Your hands back to your side. Okay, so that's our little work with balance. Now going to move on to our work with Virabhadrasana 2, an extended Virabhadrasana 2. So taking the feet apart, you should have a good idea how wide a stance you need to take with the feet. Return close to face in this direction. Remember the line from the heel to the instep, and then we're going to bend and straighten a few times just to warm up the leg muscles that we're going to be working with. So remember the direction the knee goes in. Remember, it should be stopping when it gets to the ankle. If it's going a little bit too far, just take a wider stance. If it's not getting there, just bring your feet slightly closer together. Remember, the outside edge of the back foot should be in contact with the mat at all times, and your body should be facing towards me. So your shoulders and your hips are still towards me. You're not turning in the direction of the toe, and you're keeping the body nice and upright. So you're not coming into that angle. You're not leaning. Keep it nice and upright, stacking the pelvis all the way up the spine, up to the head. It's all in the vertical. Okay, so think about that as well. Going in and out, just warming up, getting that nice stretch through the legs. The toes back towards me. We'll move to the opposite side, so turning the toes this direction this time. Watch the line from the heel to the instep. When you're ready, just start to bend and straighten. Knee, watch the knee direction, the knee position. Think about the outside edge of the back foot. In and out, nice and slowly. Warming up the muscles. You'll maybe find that once you've warmed up, you need to widen your stance because you can go a little bit deeper into the posture, or you've decided you want to work a little bit harder this morning. So you just want to widen the legs. Then make sure that the knees coming to the ankles, so you're sinking deeper down into the posture with the lower body. Bring the toes back towards me. So we're going to go back to the first side. Watch your foot position first of all. When you're ready, bend the knee. About the knee position, think about the outside edge of the back foot. When you're happy with your lower body position, you feel you're in the right position that you can hold, you're going to spread the arms to either side and you're going to look along the middle finger, the hand that's going towards the pointed toes. So remember, shoulders are back and down. So really think about opening up the chest, open up the heart, spread the arms. And the arms are going to stay up, so try not to let this back arm fall down towards the leg until we move into extended Virabhadrasana 2. But this round, we're just going to hold and breathe. Think about opening the chest. holding in the position. So nice strong warrior pose position. So really holding in the position. Inhale, hands above the head, toes towards knees. You exhale, turn the toes to the opposite side, bend the knee, widen the arms. You're coming back into Virabhadrasana 2, looking in the opposite direction now, holding and breathing. Again, really open the chest, widen the arms. Inhale, toes towards me, hands above the head. I think Mac's having a little bit of a dream here. And returning the toes back to the first side. When you're ready, bend the knee, widen the arms. Again, we're going to hold. This time from there on an inhale, we're going to move into extended Virabhadrasana 2. So remember, basically, you're seesawing the arms. You're not lifting up through the legs. So keep pushing down into the mat. You're still gazing along that middle finger. And you're lengthening the front side of the body, the side that's closest to the pointing toe. You're not collapsing the other side. So really lengthen as you're looking up, holding and breathing. Seesawing the arms back to center. So we're going to hold in Virabhadrasana 2 again. Inhale, bring the hands above the head, toes towards me. As you exhale, we're going to move to the opposite side. So turn the toes, bend the knee, open up the chest, widen the arms, holding and breathing. And then inhale, seesaw the arms, gaze along that middle finger. Seesaw the arms back to center, open up the chest. Inhale, hands above the head, toes towards me. Exhale, fold forward from the hips, wide leg forward bend. Relax the upper body, give the arms a little bit of a rest. Or bend in the knees, push up through the legs, and come back up. Just give the arms and legs a little bit of a shake if they need it. Drink if you need to drink. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit more with Virabhadrasana 2 and extended Virabhadrasana 2. We are not going to hold this time, so we're going to be working with the breath. So you're moving from one position to another with the breath. We'll work that out as we go through, and we'll just try and do a few rounds this morning. Remember, if at any time you need to stop, just come back to Tadasana, standing position, nice long legs, long spine, close the eyes, and work with the breath. Okay, so taking the feet apart again into your distance for Virabhadrasana 2. Turn the toes to face in this direction first of all. When you're ready, bend the knee, think about the foot position, okay? Arms, open up the chest. Breath in Virabhadrasana 2. As you inhale, move into extended Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale in the position. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale in the position. Inhale, you're coming back towards me. Exhale, we're going to move to the other side. So Virabhadrasana 2 in the opposite direction. Exhale. Inhale, extended. Exhale in the position. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale in the position. And then inhale back towards me. Okay, so just go through that again so you know where you're breathing. Exhale, turn the toes, move into Virabhadrasana 2. So we're going to inhale in Virabhadrasana 2 and exhale. Next inhale takes you into extended. Exhale in the position. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale in the position. Inhale back towards me. Exhale, turn to the opposite side, move into Virabhadrasana 2. So as you turn, you're going to inhale in the position and exhale in the position. And then we're going to inhale as we move into extended. Exhale in that position. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale. Inhale back towards me. Okay, so just talk you through the breath once more. Exhale, turning into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale and exhale in the position. Then inhale, moving into extended. Exhale. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale. Inhale towards me. Exhale, move to the opposite side. So as you move, you're now going to inhale and exhale in Virabhadrasana 2, looking in the opposite direction. Next inhale, extended. Exhale while you're in the position. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale. Inhale back to center. This time as you exhale, we're just going to move into wide leg forward bend just to give you a little break for a moment and just think about the next round. Bend in the knees, push up through the legs, so you're coming back up to standing. Okay, so moving into the next round. Turn the foot to face this direction. Move into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale. Inhale. Back to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, your next inhale's towards me. Exhale, you turn on. Inhaling and exhaling in Virabhadrasana 2. Your next inhale takes you into extended. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. And your next inhale is towards me. So I'm going to keep this going. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale. Inhale, extended. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale. Inhale towards me. Exhale, moving to the opposite side. Next inhale, extended. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale towards me. I'm going to try and keep this going for another few rounds. Remember, don't lose sight of the position, the foot position, the arms, opening up the chest. Extended. Back to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale towards me. Exhale, move to the opposite side. Widen the arms. The next inhale into extended. Remember lengthening the body, not collapsing the backside. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale towards me and again. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Widen those arms. Extended. Back to Virabhadrasana 2. Your inhale brings you towards me, moving to the other side. Exhale. Inhale and exhale in the position. Inhale into extended. Exhale. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Next inhale's back towards me. Your exhale's going to take you into the wide leg forward bend. little bend back into the knees, push up through the legs. Okay, we'll try for one more round. Again, if you've already done enough, you can just stop. Taking the feet apart, turn the toes this direction. When you're ready, bend the knee. We're going to move into Virabhadrasana 2. We're going to hold for a little bit longer for this last round. So we're going to hold and breathe rather than keep moving. And moving into extended on an inhale. Remember, really lengthen this front side of the body. So you're not collapsing the other side. You're keeping it long. You're extending. Front side. Back to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, toes towards me, hands above the head. Move to the opposite side as you exhale. Virabhadrasana 2, facing in the opposite direction, holding and breathing. Inhale into extended. And coming back into Virabhadrasana 2, holding if you can. Inhale, coming back towards me. And exhale, wide-legged forward bend. Relax the upper body down towards the floor. When you're ready, bend the knees, push up through the legs, come back up to standing, and give the legs a little bit of a shake. We'll now move on to our floor work that we've been doing. Working first of all with cow and cat, plank, sphinx, child's pose. So we're going to run through all the different options. So we're all going to do the first version together. And then some of you might want to stay with that, some of you might want to move on to the next version, and then there'll be third final version. So as we move through, if you think, no, this is as far as I want to go, that's where you stay. And as we go through the rounds, you just work with those positions. You don't need to move on to the more advanced ones if you prefer not to. So coming down onto all fours. First of all, we're going to work with cat and cow without the extended leg, because it's an option not to have the extended leg as we're moving through the rounds. So we're all going to do it just with cat and cow first of all without extending. So on the inhale for this one, you're coming into cow pose. Remember, the head and the tailbone are up and you're pushing the spine down towards the mat. So you're really getting that stretch through the spine. As you exhale, you're tucking the head and the tailbone under, arching the spine up towards the ceiling. As I say, I've been working in the garden over the weekend. I've done something to my hip and I can really feel my back. So I'm really going to work with this, try and get the spine moving. So we're just going to move between cat and cow again, just to get the ideas. Into cow pose, the head and the tailbone are up. Exhale into cat. And then we would inhale back up into cow. And from there, we're going to move into a half plank. So for that, you need to just walk the hands forward, remember. Lower the hips so that you're creating that straight line down from the shoulders down to the knees. And then nice and slowly, just lower yourself down onto the mat. Have the forearms on the mat. And on an inhale, we're going to lift up into Sphinx pose. So remember with Sphinx, the forearms are on the mat. You're drawing the chest forward while pushing the shoulders back and down. So you're creating a nice long line all the way through the spine. Your lower body's nice and relaxed. So don't have any tension through the hips or the legs. From there, we're going to move into extended child's pose. We'll all be doing this no matter which version you do. It's a really good counter position to Sphinx or Cobra. So remember, you're bringing your hips back as close to the heels as you can. Sometimes it helps just to widen the knees a little bit, and then draw the body down to the floor. So the idea is your forehead's going to be on the floor, and if you can really push the hips back and extend forward, you'll find that as the forehead goes to the floor, your nose might be touching the mat as well, and that's really good. That means you're getting that nice long line with the body. Keep the arms stretched out in front if you can. I'm just going to breathe for a few breaths in extended child's pose. Okay, so coming up back up onto all fours. So that's the first version of the sequence that you can use, and if that suits you, you stay with that one this morning. The next sequence is having the lifted leg in. So it's the cat and cow positions again, but with the lifted leg. So first of all, we're going to move into cow pose, the head and the tailbone up. Again, you're arching the spine down towards the mat. This time, if you can, lift your right leg up, really extend it. So you're extending the knee and extending the ankle. So try not to have the ankle flexed, really pointing those toes. From there, as you exhale, tuck the head and the tailbone under, and you're going to bring the knee as far forward to the right elbow as you can. Don't worry. As you inhale, going to take that foot all the way back. So you're moving back into cow pose with the extended leg. And the exhale brings the knee back to the mat. And then we go to the other side. So as you inhale, this time the left leg, really extend. Exhale. Moving into half cat. Inhale, extend that leg all the way back into cow, three-legged cow. Exhale, the knee comes to the mat. From there, just walk the hands forward slightly into your half plank. Remember, even if you're doing this version, if you wanted to do the cat-cow, do a full plank, you can just tuck the toes under and lift up into a full plank. Otherwise, you just stay in the half plank and then very slowly lower your body to the floor. Forearms are down and you're lifting into Sphinx. So again, even if you're doing the cat-cow positions, if you prefer Cobra to Sphinx, you can bring the hands beside the chest. You can lift a little bit higher. But again, it's exactly the same idea. You're bringing the chest forward, pushing the shoulders back and down, not lifting the hips off the floor. So you keep the hips on the floor, lower body's nice and relaxed. Either position from there, hips to heels, forehead to the floor. As I said, you try and push the hips, feel as if you're pushing the hips back, draw the chest forward, and then lower forehead to the mat. See if you can touch the mat with your nose as well as your forehead. Stretch out the arms and really just let yourself sink down into child's pose. A really good stretch for the lower back. And inhale, coming back up onto all fours. So that's the first two options, cat and cow positions with or without the extended leg. For those of you who are happy to move on to full down facing dog, we're going to go through that for those of you who want. But remember, just stay with the cat-cow poses if you prefer. So for those of you who are doing down facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Remember, you're really drawing those shoulders away from the wrists. And then just let your chest draw down towards the mat. Keep pushing the hips, if you're trying to push the hips towards the ceiling. At the same time, the heels are pushing towards the floor. Just going to hold and breathe, just give you an idea, just let you get into down facing dog, let you work with the position. And then from there, we're going to move into plank pose. So if you bring the shoulders forward above the wrists, you should find that you're just about in plank. You might have to just adjust slightly. You shouldn't have to adjust very much. So remember, when you're in plank, you want to engage those glutes. So really draw up through the pelvic floor, the glutes, hold the abdomen in. And from there to lower to the floor, you either take the knees to the floor first, so you're moving into a half plank, and gently lower yourself to the floor. Otherwise, you have to maintain this full body position all the way down to the mat. Okay, so once you're on your front, again, you can choose to use Sphinx pose with the forearms down. You can have the hands beside the chest, moving into Cobra. From there, It's the hips to heels, forehead to the mat, extended child's pose. And inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Okay, so we're going to start to work through that just with the breath. So it's going to be a little bit faster. We're working with the breath. Remember, at any time you can stop. You could maybe start working with down facing dog and flying cat. Oh, I never did the flying cat, did I? Anyway, we'll do it this time. The first round, and then the next round you might think, no, I don't want to do that one this time. I'll just work with cat and cow. So just decide what you prefer to do. Okay, so if you're doing down facing dog, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, otherwise moving into cow pose. On the inhale, lift the right leg, extend. Exhale into flying cat. Inhale, push all the way back. Exhale, right foot comes to the floor. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale into flying cat. Inhale, push all the way back. Exhale, foot to the floor. Draw the body forward into a plank. Hold. We're going to hold for a couple of breaths. And then, depending on how you do it, you either take the knees to the floor and lower to the floor, or all in one motion, take the whole body to the floor. Forearms down, lifting either into cobra or sphinx. Hips to heels, forehead to the mat. Extended child's pose. Inhaling back up onto all fours. If you're moving into down facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, flying cat. Inhale, push all the way back. Exhale, foot to the floor. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, flying cat. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot to the mat. Moving into plank, hold. Lower to the floor. Cobra or sphinx. Hips to heels, forehead to the mat. Extended child's pose. Inhale, coming back up. Going to move into the next round. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, flying cat. Inhale, take the leg back. Exhale, foot to the mat. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, flying cat. Inhale, push all the way back. Foot to the mat. Moving into plank. Lower to the floor. Inhale, cobra or sphinx. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, coming back up, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, flying cat. Inhale. Exhale, foot to the mat. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, flying cat. Leg back up, foot to the mat. Into the plank, lower to the floor. Cobra or sphinx. Extended child's pose. Back up onto all fours if you can. Another round. Down facing dog. Lift the right leg. Exhale, flying cat. Push the leg all the way back. Leg, foot to the floor. Moving into a plank, lower to the floor. Cobra or sphinx. Extended child's pose. Relax this time. Couple of breaths and extended child's pose. Really try and stretch out that body. Staying in child's pose, breathing. And coming back up onto all fours. So if you can, this week, we're going to try for one more round. Take it a little bit slower. Maybe hold each position just for a few moments more. So when you're ready, either move into cow pose or down facing dog. And just holding in down facing dog. We're not going to have the lifted leg this time. We're just going to hold and breathe. Really give yourself a chance to really work on your down facing dog. Make sure the shoulders away from the wrists as far as you can. From there, move into plank. And again, we're going to hold this time if you can. So really draw in the glutes, the abs, as if you're drawing up towards the chest. And we're going to hold and breathe. Very good abdominal work. Remember, you can do half plank with the knees on the mat. Nice and slowly, lower to the floor, and pick either Cobra or Sphinx. Whichever one you feel you want to hold. I'm just going to go for Sphinx this morning, drawing the chest forward, pushing the shoulders back and down, trying to keep the lower body nice and relaxed. I've got no tension through my hips or my legs, drawing the chest forward the whole time, nice long neck if I can. And from there, take the hips to the heels, forehead to the mat, extended child's pose. Again, just really see, just open the knees up slightly, draw the body forward. So you're sort of pushing the hips back to the heels and drawing the rest of the body forward. Bring your forehead to the mat. And if you've really got a good stretch, you'll find that your nose is touching the mat as well. Stretch out the arms and then just let yourself relax down into that position. It's a nice relaxation position, extended child's pose. And nice and slowly coming back up. Okay, so we are just going to do a few stretches just to finish off. Just get my block. Okay, it's coming to sit on your block. Sitting cross-legged if you can. Remember, have the legs straight out in front if for any reason that suits you better this morning. I'm not sure how my hips will like this. It seems to be all right. Okay, so from there, just close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Down into the abdomen. And again, nice and slowly. Just exhale. And just keeping the eyes closed, nice deep breath in. Nice and slowly exhale. And just opening the eyes, inhale to the arms above the head. And as you exhale, you're going to fold forward from the hips, just walking the hands out. Just draw the body forward as far as you can, lowering yourself down towards the mat. And slowly walk the hands back, the hands go round behind the hips. On the inhale, lift the chest, push the shoulders back and down and look up. Remember, you can lift the hips off the mat, come up onto your knees as well. If you can manage that this morning, I'm not going to bother this morning. And release. Okay, so if you are sitting cross-legged, I want you to reverse the leading leg in the cross-legged position. Just helps to open the hips up nice and even. Inhale, again, arms above the head, really stretch up. Exhale, draw the body forward from the hips. Walking the hands forward, just lowering the body down. Hands round behind the hips again, lifting the chest up towards the ceiling, looking up, come up on, lift the hips off the floor as well, coming up on the knee. I'm just straightening one leg, just that hip a little bit of a rest. And release. Stretch both legs out in front. Inhale, bring the arms above the head. This time I'm just going to fold forward into a forward bend. So remember, keep your gaze on your ankles as if you're trying to touch your ankles with your nose. Really draw forward. Once you've gone as far as you can, just release down over the legs. Nice stretch. And just coming back up. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of pranayama. We're not going to do a relaxation this morning because I'm already over the hour that I know you're sort of expecting to be here for. So we will do a little bit of pranayama, and then obviously if you, after the class, if you feel you could always do your little relaxation exercise on your own time this morning. I've obviously worked you very hard and I'm running out of time. Okay, so coming to sit on your mat, cross-legged if you can. Remember that nice long spine. Make sure you're sitting on the sitting bones and creating that nice long spine. Have your legs straight out in front if you need. And just gently close the eyes. You can have the hands in the mudra. Now, someone asked last week, emailed me last week and wondered about with the single nostril breathing. Can you hold the nostril closed? And absolutely, yes, you can. So for those of you who'd like, you could maybe try that this morning. Those of you who come to class are probably quite used to just doing the imagining breathing in through the right nostril, etc. So if you want to try actually blocking the nostril off, then I just want you to take your first finger and just press it gently on the left nostril. Okay? So inhale through the right, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. And at this point, you change the finger so you're holding it against the right nostril and exhale through the left, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the left, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. While you're holding, that's when you would move and block off the left nostril this time. Exhale through the right, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling through the right, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. And release through the left, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling through the left, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, and release through the right, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling through the right, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, and release through the left, 2, 3. Inhale through the left, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, and release through the right, 2, 3, and just releasing the breath, opening the eyes, hands together. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed the class this morning. Sorry we have run over slightly, but hopefully nobody was rushing off anywhere, probably not at the moment. So I hope to see you all next week. I know some of you are now using, if you've got smart TVs, you're now accessing me directly through your smart TV on YouTube, which means that you don't see that whether you've the numbers that have joined. So again, it is quite nice for me just to know if you've been. It's just quite nice to know that you are enjoying the. Okay, thank you.